Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of an annual Advent tradition known as the Advent Hope. As for all these videos, these will be dedicated to the Defino family in general. Last year I did it for Joseph Defino Sr., but I've decided to expand it to the entire Defino family in general, mostly because when it comes to the Defino family, they're an amazing family whom everyone should have at least one person like them in their lives. Like, so full of faith, so full of compassion and emotion, but also one that's all about patience. And I want to talk about that and also try and highlight what's coming up this evening for my Jewish friends as they celebrate Hanukkah this evening. One of the things that really got to me was how we want things to be done now. How we like things to be done instantaneously, without even waiting for it. Um, uh, go back to Cena's final match last night, which I watched, and people were kind of like upset about how the match went about and about the match ending. But it's all about patience. It's all about knowing that the ending is coming. You just don't know how it's going to end up, and being patient with the ending. Um, and it's also something that's going to be building up in 2 weeks or so, when kids swarm the Christmas tree for presents, and for people, and for the Jewish faith, that actually we'll be celebrating 8 crazy days of gifts and latkes and all that. But the point of it is, it all comes to a head at some point. It's all, I mean, patience is something, they say that patience is a virtue, and I absolutely believe it. I mean, I've actually had to deal with patience on my own end, and sometimes it can be really, unnerving, for lack of a better term, to want to have the answer now and have to wait and have to be patient. I mean, I know my patience has been lacking sometimes, but I also feel like I've made some progress, because with patience also comes progress, because you know something's going to happen, you just don't know when. That's the kind of patience that really kind of feels like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get what I need? Or sometimes you might think that I need it now, when it's something that you may not need at that moment. Like, I mean, patience is something that is a virtue, but it's a difficult one to have, especially when you're waiting for something, or in the case of Christmas, for someone. It's always, and one of the things I've noticed about myself is that I've had to be patient with myself too. Like, I'm not ashamed to say it, but yesterday when I went to mass, I felt, as I was receiving the Eucharist, which is the body and blood of Christ, um, I kind of felt like tears coming down as I was going back to my seat, and it just felt like I I'm sometimes impatient with myself, and just to know that someone in the community had my back, or someone has my back, just really feels like an amazing feeling. And sometimes patience is and sometimes it feels like patience is well deserved, and it's something that we need to take away from certain things. Um, I know in the time of hustle and bustle, with Amazon, and on all that stuff, I mean, there's a certain wanting to have things now, like they have waiting lists for this, tracking orders for all this. But what if we didn't have tracking orders? What if we just waited until the time was right? Or in some ways, the price is right. I couldn't let that slip by. Um, it's all about being patient. It's all about being patient when it comes to boxing too, in all sports. You can feel like you've got everything well in hand when one thing comes up and it's something that you don't really expect. And just having the patience and the wherewithal to to press forward even if things seem a little daunting at times. It's always been known that patience is a virtue, and I've already mentioned it before, but it's a virtue that we all should have during this time of year. Not only patience for ourselves, not only patience for other people, but also patience in the community. And that's something, and patience is a gift I feel like we all should have at some time. So if you like these videos, to read some videos, listeners, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can check me out here on the Autistic Super channel on YouTube. And you can check out all my videos on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com. Until next time, dear readers and listeners, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.